it's a film that almost could make itself in a way, but it has to have the right approach and it has to have the right attitude. And I was already, I'm a huge fan of early horror films, and particularly like Boris Karloff, Vincent Price, others. But Karloff was always very special to me, because of the Frankenstein movies and some of the other work he did, like The Body Snatcher. And so it was a no-brainer. I was very, very happy to be invited. Those films then, as well as since, were run down routinely by film critics. I mean, the very early ones, Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein, were respected, but it quickly settled into this thing where it was just derided as hokum. And something like The Body Snatchers was being described as kind of average to okay ghoul fest, things like that, which is nothing to do with the film. So in that respect, yes, I felt like we had to do some service to Boris, but at the same time, I didn't feel like we had to over-egg it, because as soon as if you pick good clips, you can see the quality of his work.
If we're going to do this movie, we have to show his work. I just don't want a bunch of talking heads. We have to show how good this man was. If you show his work and you let people say, wow, this is pretty impressive, then I think it makes a difference. I don't think the documentary would have been the same if Stephen Jacobs had not written that book. Stephen really did delve much more into his background and exposed more about his Anglo-Indian background and the trouble internally with his family. So I think that it gave us a chance to really talk more about this man, other than just being the actor.
We got a virtual gift from Kevin Brownlow, the film historian, who interviewed Boris in 1964 for a never broadcast interview, a 2-hour recording where he just talks about his silent film career. And nowhere else does Boris talk at length about that. No one has ever heard him talk about these things before, about these films that he was doing, and I thought this will be a real fascinating, different angle that we can give, the fans. I think one of the things I would also want people to take away from the film was just his positive frame of mind throughout his life. He was very positive about the effect that the monster had, not just because it made him wealthy. He could have sort of sneered at the fact that he was in these horror films when he should be a respected theatrical actor, but he didn't. He enjoyed it. He enjoyed the chance to entertain people, to be on screen, and to always be working. I would like people to seek out Black Sabbath, because I think it's a superb film. It shows how comfortable Boris was in latter-day cinema. He's even though he's old when he's introducing it, when he comes on as the grandfather, he is so powerful in that, and I love that film. Targets, of course, is something that people should see, just because it's an amazing movie, and then from the earlier ones, The Black Room, which Ron and I both love, because of the not just double but triple parts that he plays, and then things like The Black Cat and Body Snatchers. All of those films where he really just pushes the genre beyond what you normally see. Theatres are just beginning to open again, so it's unique that a relatively small-scale film like this is able to be in theatres across the country. I mean, it's playing in LA and Palm Springs and New York. That's one of the things that drove the film to being completed now, was that opportunity in that window. And this being the 90th anniversary of Frankenstein was the perfect time to be putting this out. We wouldn't have dreamt 2 years ago of being able to get the film in theatres. So that's a real silver lining situation.
What our goal is to have as many people as possible see it up on the big screen.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where Karloff belongs, on the big screen. And if you go to the website, it's called themanbehindthemonster.com. They're constantly updating it and let people know about what's going on. The reviews are just wonderful. We're so lucky. Just great reviews. So hopefully, again, that will entice people to get out of their house, out of their basement, and go see the film.